I still remember the radio call like it carved itself into the cockpit windows. A twin-engine commuter plane had gone down somewhere in the mountains north of Kodiak, 10 souls on board. Last transmission, icing, turbulence, and a sudden altitude drop. Then nothing but static. And outside our hangar, the wind was already pushing 60 knots, whipping the snow sideways in a whiteout that swallowed the runway. We launched anyway. They don't teach you courage for nights like this. You earn it by going. You learn to breathe slow, trust your crew, and ignore the voice that whispers, "This is impossible." By the time we cleared the shoreline, we were flying by instruments and instinct. Snowflakes hit the windscreen like bullets, and the rotor washed through white powder and spirals that felt like flying inside a shaken snow globe. I couldn't see the horizon. I could barely see the belly of our own MH-65. The only break in the static came from the ELT, a faint emergency beacon, struggling through the storm, flickering in and out like it was drowning. We followed that heartbeat. When we found the wreckage, it didn't look like a plane anymore. It looked like the storm had taken 30,000 pounds of aluminum and scattered it across a mountainside like confetti. Fire had melted snow into black pits. 9 souls were gone. Quietly, peacefully, I hope. But one human being was still alive. Our flight mechanic, eyes wide behind his goggles, was the first to spot him, a dark lump in the snow, barely moving. When we got close, I saw his hand rise only inches off the ground like he was trying to wave, but the weight of the world was on his arm. He'd been crawling, trying to reach the fuselage, trying to reach his friends. He had no gloves, no hat, frost on his eyebrows. His lips were blue, but he was alive. The rotor blades fought the gusts like they were wrestling the mountains themselves. When our rescue swimmer hit the snow, the storm swallowed him completely. 1 second we saw him, then he was gone in the white. But minutes later, the longest minutes of my life, his voice cracked through our comms.
"I've got him."
The hoist was slow, violent, chaotic, but inch by inch, that lone survivor rose through the blizzard and into the cabin, blinking up at us like he wasn't sure if we were angels or something stranger. Inside the helo, he grabbed my flight suit with what little strength he had left and whispered,
"There were 10 of us."
I nodded. "I know." He closed his eyes. "Thank you for not leaving me. People think SAR missions are about adrenaline, heroics, adventure, but the real work, it's about the families waiting at home who need answers. It's about the one survivor whose life becomes the reason you launch in storms that should have grounded you." That night, when I finally walked through my front door, I couldn't shake the faces I never met, the 9 we lost, the one we found. I poured a cup of coffee, sat in silence, and realized something I've carried ever since. The storm isn't the enemy. The cold isn't the enemy. Time is. And no matter how dark it gets, every life is worth flying for. Rest in peace to all that did not survive. Thank you for watching.